Coming up in today's episode of Inspire to Inspire.
We thank God that I'm here today. I've dealt with mental health issues a lot of times. I pray, I tell God. A lot of artists out there, it's actually a struggle for them to record, especially if you don't have funds. My songwriting skill is totally different from what people think. I've got another talent. It's not hidden. It's something that I used to do more than the music. I've written so many songs for so many artists, but I don't.
Mr. M. Dongo.
Mr. Dongo.
Wonderful time working with Mr. G.
Mr. M. Dongo, and he is a 10X person.
I love your energy.
He just go like boom, 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 boom. It's amazing.
I always love the way this man carries himself with dignity and respect.
Hey there, and welcome again to another episode of Inspire to Inspire Show. This is your guy, Mr. M. Dongo, and I'm so excited that you decided to join us again today. Because today we are going all in with somebody that you already know or you might not know, but anyway, by the end of this episode, you will know him much, much better. He is a musician, your business owner, and somebody that you already know probably from way back around the 2000s. Yeah, well, at least that's when I actually started to know him as well. And so many people out there, they are always struggling to get to understand, like, what is it that their musicians are actually doing? What is the lifestyle of their favorite musicians or of their favorite celebrities? Well, you don't need to guess anymore, because my guest today is none other than my brother Trevor Dongo. How are you, bro?
Bless, my brother. How are you?
Much better. I'm so good. And oh man, thank God you are doing well right now. After the fire incident that had happened like some few weeks back, I'm just glad to see that you have been recovering as well. Can you take me through, like, how has it been for you?
Yeah, it hasn't been an easy road, but like you said, we thank God that I'm here today, and I'm smiling, as you can see, ear to ear.
As always.
Because you know what? To be honest with you, I saw the hand of God. Because even what the doctor said to me in terms of recovery process, I recovered very well, and I'm still in that recovery journey, and I'm doing quite well. Even the doctor was actually surprised, you know.
Well,
He was surprised by the speedy recovery, you understand? Because gauging from the time he said it's going to take for me to be on this level that I am in right now, it's God's hand, you know. So I give glory to God.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love that, because I was surprised too, because like you are now back on the road. I'm like, what's going on here? You're now back on the stage already. I was like, damn, this dude does not stop, right? I love it.
I'm unstoppable.
Of course. Somebody sent me a message and say, like, Munya, is this a Dongo's thing that you guys just work like machines because you don't stop? I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm like, I don't.
It's in the name.
Yeah. So thank you so much for deciding to say yes. I know that right now you are on another tour over there in South Africa. How's it going so far?
It's going quite well. I was at a point whereby I thought I was a bit nervous, in terms of like standing in front of the crowd, because I started asking myself so many questions. I haven't been performing for my fans for quite a while, So I was like, are they going to accept me the way they used to accept me, But surprisingly, the support is still the same. And I thank God for that.
Yeah.
I've been performing since Friday. Yeah, we had a show on Friday. We had another one on Saturday. Then yesterday, Sunday, we went to this other place for just a meet and greet. But it was different from the Chris Brown one. Mine was a little bit different. It was a bit distant. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I'm actually surprised that you are saying that, well, you were a little bit nervous that how the people gonna accept and whatever. I'm like, damn. you've been performing. You've been going to Mzee Bira.
You know,
Like galas. You've been going like and performing live all night. So what's happening?
but you know what? The nervousness, it's something that just comes naturally, you know. But the moment I
Yeah.
get on stage in front of people, then I
God.
hold the microphone, I'll be on autopilot, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be
I
in
know
cruise
that.
control.
I know that feeling a lot. I know that. And just to say this other thing as well, it was another joke. Beyonce once did an interview with Oprah when she said that, well, when I go on stage, Sasha Fierce take over. And people, they're like, oh, well, who is this Sasha Fierce? Well, I'm like, guys, you have no idea. Munya and Mr. M. Dongo is two different people. Munya,
People,
the
yes,
Munya
yes.
you spend time with, the Munya you go out there with, it's like, yeah, it's like his truth. But give me a mic and put me on the stage and see the person you're gonna have there. Be like, oh my goodness, who is that person? And where were you?
Exactly. And you know what? It's actually surprising to a lot of people that um, I'm a bit an introvert, you know, in real life. You know,
I
you
know.
might think
I know
I'm a
this guy.
really quiet person. I don't talk much. I don't, you know. But the moment I like go on stage in front of thousands of people, you'll be surprised. You start asking yourself that,
Yeah.
where was this person?
Yeah. Who is this
You know,
person?
who is this person?
Oh yeah, like it also shows that you are not a robot. You are also a human being. You also have got your downs and your highs each and every time as well. And sometimes you actually recharge on the stage, and some other people they recharge off the stage as well. Yeah, no, that is quite normal. That's really quite normal. So let me take you back. I'm gonna take you way back. Okay, you know what? So going back to the beginning, right? It really made you wanting to start recording because to actually be a recording artist. Because back there, this issue, or I mean, this thing of being a musician used to be treated as if Ndezwe chirombe-rombe, no,
Mm.
this doesn't have any future because back then there were only 5 jobs. Okay, you're supposed to be a pilot, a lawyer, a teacher, an engineer, and
A doctor,
an accountant.
an accountant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are
that's
like
very
the
true.
only things that were there. Yeah, so how did you say you know what, Trevor? This is who you are. You are going to be a musician. You're actually going to start writing, and you are going to start recording and become a recording artist. How did that like that?
But a lot of people, especially those that don't really know who Trevor is, or Trevor outside of the music, not the musician, the real me, not the person behind the music. They don't know that I've got another talent. It's not hidden. It's something that I used to do more than the music. You know, I'm a fine artist. I do like sketches. I draw. You get what I mean? Like pencil art. That's what I do. So back
Really?
then, I used to like draw. Yeah, like so much. You know, I was so passionate about art, about drawing and stuff. But I used to write music as well.
Yeah.
So, like you said, Kuti, back then, music was something Kuti, a lot of people used to like look down upon musicians. They were like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have a future, you know, we don't want you to do music and stuff. So I used to like go to the studio secretly, you know, I didn't want anyone to know that I'm going to the studio, you know,
Yeah.
to like record. Like back then we used to record those things called demos. Unlike today an artist can just wake up today, go to the studio, record a song, it gets mixed and mastered, and the song is out there. But back then, it wasn't as easy as it is today. You used to like go through
Yeah.
stages, you know, processes. You'd record a demo first. A demo is something that you'd go with to a big record label to like present yourself that I'm a musician, I'm a songwriter, I'm a singer. This is what I do. Then, if they are impressed, they give you a recording contract. Then you start recording proper songs. So I would go to the studios, record demos, and back then we used to like put those demos on cassettes, you know, those tapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would go there, record demos. So at one point, my dad found out that I had a couple of cassettes with my demos on them. You know, he was that one person who didn't want me to do music. He was like, "Yes, I can tolerate you doing art, but not
Yeah.
music." So he
Oh.
played one of my demos. He played one of my demos without me knowing. So there was this show that was being done where I grew up in Highfield. So me and my boys, we went there and asked for a slot to just perform one of our demos. It was a final song. To my surprise, when I was on stage performing for the first time in my life, performing a demo, it wasn't a final song, performing a demo, I saw my dad in
Yeah.
the crowd. I saw my dad in the crowd. They was
Wow.
actually shocked. Imagine I'm performing and I didn't want anyone at home to know. Then my dad was there standing,
Didn't
watching me
know.
perform.
And you're like, my
He
life
didn't
is
know.
over.
And I was like, let me just finish performing. I don't know what's going to happen to me after, but my life is over. But surprisingly, when I went back home, my dad was
Yeah.
actually happy for me. Why didn't you tell me that you
Wow.
can actually sing like that? I was like, I was scared
Yeah.
to tell you that I can actually sing. I was like,
Wow.
but it's okay. So back then, my dad used to know this producer. He was a well-established producer. He used to work with Fungisai Zvakakosha. Yes. So you went with my demo to that guy. I was like, listen to my son. Listen to this demo. This is my son singing. So uh, the producer was impressed. He was like, he's a good singer and all. So I'll see what I can do for him. But unfortunately, he didn't get back to us.
You two waiting.
But we didn't know God had other plans. Other plans.
Yeah.
So the big stable, Kainzi Chamembe, back then, Enzi that squad studios. Chamembe, but a lot of big urban grooves artists back then. So me and my friend, I had a friend, Ainzi Tapua. There was a record bar. Yeah, he takes some music from United States, like original cassettes from the United States. You know, we would go there, do window shopping. I grew up a really big fan of Michael Jackson. I would go there and just look at Michael Jackson's cassettes in that record bar. I was like, one day I'm gonna be like this
Mm.
guy. Whilst we were like doing our window shopping, we came across a cassette that was produced by the Chamembe guys. Then we took
Wow.
their landline number. Back then we used to like have those landlines.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we wrote down the landline, you know. Then when we went back home, back then, growing up in the ghetto, we used to have these landlines, but it was just accessible to our parents only.
Yeah.
You understand? So we would try and find ways to use the phone whilst they're sleeping. So we called
Yeah.
Chamembe stable. It's a big stable that we're calling. I was like, I'm a singer, so I wanted to find out how, like, do you like take artists? I just wanna come in to audition. Then they were like, yeah, we can give you our address, then you can come through and hear what you have to offer.
Yeah.
You know, there was an answered prayer. So we went to Chamembe in Greendale. We I got auditioned. Then Rocky, Rocky was one of the first few urban grooves artists who used to like come out on TV, being played on radio and stuff.
Yeah.
So first of all,
As
when
I'm
I
good.
walked into that studio, I was actually shocked to see the guys that I saw on TV, like in real life. And I was like,
Wow.
what? You know, I mean, I
Wow.
mean, it was quite an experience, man. Then, then
Wow.
the producer, the big producer, his name was Take Five. Shout out to Take Five. He said, right, you said you're a singer. Oh, let me hear what you have. I started singing. I had so much confidence. Back then, when I can do that, sing. I wouldn't think twice. I just start singing. That's how confident
Whatever
I
it
was.
is. Wow.
So I started singing for them. Then they were like, "What?" I sang my second song. Then they were like, "Yeah, the first person to say this is the guy was Rocky." I
Wow.
give credit to that guy. Rocky was like,
Wow.
"This is the guy." Then I was like, "Guys, even if you don't give him a contract, I'm gonna record his first song." And
Wow.
you know what? A lot of people don't know that Rocky is a multi-talented artist. He's not just a singer. He's a
Yeah.
singer, he's a songwriter, he's a producer. So he produced one of my first songs on that
Wow.
album. He was like, "I'm going to give you money for transport. I want you to come back to the studio tomorrow and record your first song." This is Chamembe Stable that you're talking about.
Wow.
Imagine
Wow.
how big my
Wow.
God is, you
Wow.
know.
Wow.
So Rocky gave me a transport money for me to come back to the studio tomorrow. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
So, you know, me growing up in the ghetto, yes, it gives you, it teaches you life in a different way. And
Yeah.
at the same time, growing up in the ghetto, you get so much, you get demotivated a lot, especially if you're trying
Yes.
to do something
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
not ordinary, that is outside of the ordinary. So a lot of people were like, "Yes,
Yeah.
you want to do music, you want to pursue your career, but Chamembe is big for you." Then I was like, "I'm gonna
Yeah.
go for that big stable." So imagine going back
Yeah. Wow.
to Highfield and telling people that, "Guys, I got a contract." They couldn't
And
believe it.
Rocky, he's producing my first music. Damn, that's
Yes,
so
recording my
good.
first song. They were like, we are going to only believe that
When
the
you see it
songs are
happening.
out. But in the meantime, you are lying. So I had to prove it
Yeah.
to people that
Yeah. So from that story, I really picked up quite a lot of lessons out of there because at first you were trying to hide from your parents, and they didn't know. And you didn't know that they now know, and you were shocked to actually see Dad in the crowd, and then he then became like one of the biggest supporters for you. Imagine if after that you went home and he's like, "Not in my house, not in my house." Where were you gonna be? So to other parents out there, please identify talents in your kids. It doesn't mean what they're actually doing, or what it is that you are seeing. Identify those talents and just help them to. And then the other thing is, like, you literally went all in. You didn't have boundaries of, well, this is too big for me. Like, you went and knock on the doors. You
on
went
the doors,
and knock
yes.
on the doors. If you didn't go and knock on the doors, you're not gonna be where you are right now. But you took like that. Well, I always tell people that, well, the worst thing that could happen if you send that one email is that they could tell you no. That's like the worst thing that could happen. They could just say no, or you're not now, or they may not come back to you. But it doesn't hurt to go and try. So, guys, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are from, what do you have, whatever. Knock the doors. Go and knock on the doors. They will open if they want to open. If the worst thing that could happen is a no, they'll never cut your head or your arms or whatever. Like, they can never do that. It also brings me back to one of the things about your songs. Your songs are very different. Okay, you are not just speaking about love, about to break up, about fiction love, or whatever, but there is a lot, like, vast of lessons out of that from your songs. And they are so deep. Like, the meaning, it's way, way deeper. It's not just about the romantic love, but it's also about like day-to-day love, the love with our parents, the love for what we actually do, the love of our culture. There's one song that we used to actually sing at school. Even in our school choir, we used to sing that song, and I had no idea who wrote that song, and I didn't even care who wrote that song until last year as I was driving over here, and then how I normally play music in my car, or how I normally discover other songs. I normally say, Siri, play Trevor Dongo, and then she's just gonna play from whatever songs, like from whenever you actually started up to now. And then I'm hearing the song, Ndoshita say, I'm like, what the hell? Who sang that song? And then I literally had to pause and be like, who sang this song? Like, really? You did sing this song?
Yeah.
that song we used to sing it at school, especially on Children's Day, on Youth's Day. You know, we used to actually practice it and actually sing it as a choir, as a way of actually bringing awareness of child abuse and divorces or whatever, something of sort. So how do you normally come up with those lyrics? Is your music something that is happening to you, or something that's happening in the community, or some stories? Like, how do you come up with all those things?
All right. Talking about those, just say, to be specific, me, I grew up with my great grandmother. You know, my great grandmother was she's late now. She was my number one supporter. She's that one person who used to like give me confidence. She was like, go for what you believe in, go for what you want, you know. So a lot of people thought maybe saying that song is something that was happening to me. It wasn't happening to me, but I used to be friends with this guy in my hood. So this guy was going through something like that I sang about. It came to me. It's something that I used to like see and witness with my own eyes. He was being abused by his stepmother. So the only way I could get the word out there was to like write a song about it. So when I wrote that song, then I got that contract from at Chamembe Stable. I made that song the title track to my first album. Then the album, it had 10 songs, but you know, Ndozita Say was the only track that was picked and started getting rotation on radio, started getting so much airplay. But it made the stepmother very furious that she even banned me from going to their house. She was like, I don't want to see you ever again in my life.
Oh my goodness.
You know, but me, I was like, but I didn't say any name in the song. I just sang the about something that, you know, that had to be out there, you know.
Correct.
And it actually helped the guy because ever since I released that song, it gave him so much confidence, and he started to like start staying on his own, started his own life. Now he's a very respected person. I can't say his name, but you know, he's on that level now. Yeah.
Wow.
So writing songs, So writing songs about life, it's something that God just blessed me with. You know, there's a creative process that I go through that I can't even explain to a lot of people. You know, my songwriting skill is totally different from what people think. I can just think of a melody now, then I start humming a melody, put words into it, then the song is complete. Or I can go to the studio, ask my producer, play something mellow, then I start writing something. Or I can just write words without melody, then the melody comes later. So like my writing is just different from what a lot of people
from other people.
Exactly. So it's totally different. Even if I, you know, but it's not.
So sorry, but do you write all of your songs, or you also have like some songwriters as well?
I'm a songwriter myself. I've written so many songs for so many artists, but I don't say, you know. But I don't mind. You know, it doesn't mean that I'm superior. You understand? So I actually leave room for so many ideas. If a songwriter comes to me and says, I've got a song that I think fits you, you know, I don't mind, you know, I don't mind. And sometimes I let even my producer to be as creative, because I would want another person to be creative in a way that it won't be only me writing the song or composing the song or building the song from scratch and to the end.
Wow. No, I love this. And thanks for sharing as well. More with Trevor Dongo soon after this.
Are you an author, coach, or entrepreneur struggling to reach that six-figure milestone? Do you feel stuck, unsure of what strategies will help you build, restructure, and scale your business? Well, I'm here to help you transform your business. I offer a 45-minute free business coaching session designed specifically for people like you, driven professionals who are ready to take their business to the next level but need a little guidance to get there. Just imagine having a clear roadmap tailored to your unique business needs. In our 45-minute session, we'll cover 1, identifying key challenges. We'll pinpoint the specific obstacles holding you back. 2, crafting a personalized strategy. Together, we'll develop a step-by-step plan to build, restructure, and scale your business. And 3, implementing proven techniques. You'll learn effective methods to attract more clients, increase sales, and ultimately achieve your 6-figure income goal. This session is completely free. Whether you're just starting out or looking to scale your existing business, this free coaching session will provide you with the clarity and direction you need. No fluff, no empty promises, just practical, actionable advice. So if you're ready to turn your business dreams into reality, click the link below to apply for your free 45-minute business coaching session with me. Spots are limited, so don't miss out on this opportunity to fast-track your success. Apply now and let's make your 6-figure business a reality. I can't wait to help you succeed.
Welcome back to another episode of Inspire to Inspire Show. And if you are just joining us right now, we are still in our talks with Trevor Dongo, one of the best known musicians that is there. And if you are just joining us right now, we have been talking about his creativity, how he writes your music. And right now, I'm not going to go and talk about some of the crucial part of his journey, like some of the challenges that so many artists out there are actually facing each and every day. So, Trevor, what are some of the challenges that you normally face, either when you are writing music or when it comes to you producing it? Like, what are some of the challenges that you actually meet each and every day?
Right. Firstly, I would like to talk about recording music. Me, I've been working with Eternity. I've been working under Eternity Productions since 2006 to present. So It's been like 19 years under Eternity Productions. So it's actually an advantage because I can go to the studio and record anytime, you know. But it doesn't mean that I'm not supposed to be paying for that, you know. But for a lot of artists out there, it's actually a struggle for them to record, especially if you don't have funds, if you don't have sponsorship, if you don't have money for that. Yeah. It's actually a struggle, you know. That's why you find a lot of artists recording substandard music because they've got access to certain studios that doesn't have quality because they can't afford to record in a better studio. So that's one of the challenges that we face as musicians, you know, in Zimbabwe.
Yeah,
it's a financial struggle.
Access to the studios and the financial support.
Exactly. The other struggle that we face is airplay. Me, I thank God that my music gets like a fair, like free airplay on radio stations. But for some artists, if you don't know a certain person, if you're not a certain DJ's favorite, they don't play your music. I don't know why it's happening now, you know. And sometimes, to be honest with you, sometimes I experience that. I release a new song, I submit the music the way they want you to submit your music, but unfortunately, you don't get the airplay that you deserve. You know, because to be honest with you, we put so much work into it. We make sure that the music is good quality, it's relatable to a lot of people before we put it out there. Then you submit the music to radio stations, you don't get airplay, you know? They don't tell you why your music is not getting played. You like, the moment you like raise that issue, some of them, they take it as an attack. It's so painful for a lot of artists.
That is so sad. But also, how did the social media and the YouTube era, the streaming era, affected the growth of the brand, either positively or negatively? Because, like, well, back then, I believe you used to make money from CDs, like that were being sold. We then got into the disc band era, where people they're just gonna copying and pasting and whatever the music. And then that time, I know that most of the musicians literally suffered, but you also benefited because your music was now being listened by so many people as well. As much as you are not benefiting financially, I think the publicity was now there as well. But then now we then come into this streaming era. How are you tapping into that streaming era? How profitable is it for you artists right now?
The thing is that Zimbabweans, they're not ready, or I can say a lot of people are ignorant about streaming, but that's how a lot of artists can actually make money, make a living out of it, because the era of CDs and cassettes is gone, is dead and gone. So the focus now is to like be able to stream music so that the artists can actually make a living out of it. So for me, it didn't affect me much, because I tried my best to like adjust and stay relevant and consistent, because back then, I became famous where YouTube wasn't, it wasn't there yet. So imagine making an impact without YouTube and being able to like switch and stay relevant and consistent. You get it? So now the thing is, we should try by all means to educate people about music streaming, And also the other thing that is slowing the process down is how expensive data is. The moment we start getting cheap data, to be honest with you, anyone can just stream music wherever they are. Can actually make a living out of it. You understand? Because to be honest with you, data is very expensive in Zimbabwe. Very, very expensive.
And actually, apart from data as well, that's gonna allow people to gain access. That you actually touched on something that is very, very important. Being able to adjust and stay relevant. There are so many music icons and some people who were celebs during the time of Ezomgido, during the time of those TV dramas, that where you could leave school and run home knowing that I must go and watch this drama that is happening at 1:30. If I miss it, I miss it. I must go and watch this that is happening this time. Like, they were so famous that they were known everywhere, but then they failed to become relevant and to also adjust into that. I'm so glad that you managed to do that. What do you think might be a problem? Why many other people during that time failed to adjust?
I think a lot of people were scared to to change, to adjust, and some were actually ignorant about it. They thought maybe it's something fancy, something that that the modern people or the modern artists are just trying to, but it's something you could see. Maybe they wanted classes, they wanted workshops for them to really understand what was coming, and the benefits of it, but no one.
You are not late.
So a lot of people were actually late, but it's never too late. You can, I don't know how best we can do it, but I just believe that if your music is timeless, if your music is relatable to a lot of people, it doesn't matter if it's old. Try by all means to like put it out there again, put it on certain platforms that is very accessible. Imagine a person will be like, there's an old song that I used to like listen to, but I can't find it anywhere. Just make it available. Matter if it's an old song, just put it out there, put it on these streaming platforms. So a lot of artists needs to be educated about these things. They think maybe if a song is old, it's no longer relevant.
It's not relevant.
Yeah, you might be surprised. Just make it available. Put it out there. Put it on Spotify and Apple Music.
Talking about good old songs, there was another day we were with my friends and we were just talking about the good old days. And somebody brought up a song, Jokonia, and we found ourselves going on YouTube, like looking for that. And I'm like, who in the right mind to go and search for that song? Like, who in the right mind go and say that? So you may be surprised to see what is it that other people are looking for, because it's not every generation that is like I'm a 2000 or whatever. We still love some other songs. There are still some great songs that actually remind us of some of those, like some of those songs. They're just tied to some great memories, back then. But anyway, so I really, really advise anybody who is actually listening to go and put your music out. Just put it out there, and actually take control of it, because who knows, maybe somebody like your music, it is out there. Somebody, we have realized that, well, your music is not listed by you. That somebody is actually making money off that music,
Yeah, that's very true.
From all the yeah, like somebody is actually making money out of that. Well, talking of some of the challenges, I actually know that you have got your own brand, Zvakakosha brand. Can you tell me a little bit about it? There might be some other people out there who have no idea what is Zvakakosha. So tell me a little bit about that in brief.
Zvakakosha is just a statement that I used to use back then. We used to have a band together with Alexio Kawara, my brother. So during rehearsals, I used to just say Zvakakosha all the time. Zvakakosha, Zvakakosha. Then I'm like, what do you mean by that? I was like, I just feel like everything that we're doing is very important, Even just breathing is very important. Like everything around us is important. Zvakakosha. You get it? That's how I came up with Zvakakosha. Then later on, I just decided to register it as a company. So it's a registered entity. Zvakakosha Investments Private Limited. So under Zvakakosha, I've got Zvakakosha Apparel. I sell hoodies. We do snapbacks like the one that I'm wearing right now. We do have glasses, shades. We've got slides. We've got tracksuits. We've got t-shirts. So this apparel thing is something that I've been passionate about for a very long time. Back then in 2012. I used to print t-shirts. I had this logo of mine, Team Trevor D. So I would print, not 2012, 2010. There's a video that we did in Nerunago. On Nerunago, I was wearing a purple t-shirt with my face on it. That's how passionate I was about this apparel thing. I was like, one day I'm going to put my face on a t-shirt and start selling t-shirts with my face on it, So it's something that that didn't start now. I started it back then, but I didn't have funds. I didn't have money to do it. So I was like, one day I'm gonna launch this. I'm gonna launch it, and it's gonna be a big brand that's gonna be sold worldwide. So I'm still in that process. So I've got Zvakakosha Apparel. And I've got Zvakakosha Football Club. The reason why I came up with a football club is because I wanted to take a lot of young people from the ghetto that were doing drugs, and they were exposed to a lot of harmful things, So I came up with that football club so that a lot of young people would come and socialize, share ideas, and be able to have something that they can occupy themselves with, so that they won't be exposed to drugs and stuff. So yeah.
Wow. And are they winning?
They're winning.
Well, they better win, because they are carrying a great message. They're actually carrying a great message, a great awareness. Oh my goodness, I love that. I love that. And are you a soccer fan yourself? And can you play, or you also have got both left legs like me?
Yeah, a lot of people are actually surprised every time they come to one of our match to watch me play. They'll be like, "What? You've got another? Is there anything that you can't do?" Because I'm a good soccer player, trust me. So I play right back position, number two. It's a defense position. So imagine you won't pass me. Even Cristiano, you can't. Even Messi.
Well, you guys have it. Challenge here. We're gonna have to contact Messi and Cristiano and put them together and see what's gonna happen. Well, I have no idea where even number two works from because, like, oh my God, I was blessed with both of my left legs, and well, I like them the way they are.
I understand.
Well, more with Trevor Dongo after this.
Imagine skyrocketing your business without breaking the bank. Sounds too good to be true? Get any of the BNC International's automation packages. This is your ticket to more clients and less stress. Our services cover everything from Facebook and Instagram ads to lead magnets, funnels, and basic automation. Plus, you get a one-on-one coaching session to tailor everything to your business needs. Choose from our 3 awesome packages. The basic package at just $499, the growth package at $997, and our premium package at $1,499. Each package is designed to optimize your ads and maximize your results. No more guessing games, just real measurable results. And the best part? We handle all the heavy lifting so you can focus on what you do best, running your business. Ready to transform your marketing? Click the link below and let's get started with BNC International's automation packages. Because your business deserves the best.
Hey there, and welcome back again to another episode of Inspire to Inspire Show. This is still your guy, Mr. M. Dongo, and I'm so excited to be sitting down with the one and only Trevor Dongo, who has been sharing with us about his musical journey and some great lessons that we are actually learning from life lessons, how to even write the music, the challenges, how to approach the companies, and how to even get some of these deals, and how to stay relevant with Limelight and with this fame and this celebrity, whatever, comes with a great responsibility. Okay, there are so many challenges that these guys go through each and every time. And one of it is the mental health, because you've got this brand that you are carrying, and you also have got your own personal life. You are truly not the same person on the stage and the same person in the street on a day-to-day life in your PJs. And it comes with a lot of mental pressure and the pressure out there and all those other things. So, how do you deal with mental health? How do you keep yourself grounded? And are there other mental issues that you're actually going through? It may be now, it may be in the past. How do you deal with all this pressure and all this? Because, well, if I'm playing you on my radio, if I'm seeing you, if I'm actually watching you on my YouTube with all these amazing videos, and if I'm going to your show, well, automatically I assume that, well, you are the Trevor Dongo with all these other things, or maybe I'm actually putting you in the same category with Abo Jay-Z and all those other amazing or whatever, like some other musicians as well. Just because I know them, they're like actually multi-billionaires. Now I'm not expecting every musician to also be like that and also live to that standard. So how do you cope with pressure? And how do you keep yourself grounded?
Right. To be honest with you, it's not easy, but just being myself is one of the things that keeps me grounded. I don't pretend. I don't try to prove a point to anyone and live a life that is not me, you know? So
yeah,
health is a very, very serious issue, you know, especially if you're an artist, because people expect you to live the way they want, not the way you want. And it's actually difficult for an artist to separate the two, you know, the Trevor D, the musician, and the Trevor D, the person who doesn't do music, who's got his own life, you know. So it's not easy to separate the two. So some people, they expect you to live the way they expect you to live. You know, they expect you to portray a certain lifestyle that they want, not that you can afford. So if you're not very careful, you might fall into that trap and won't be able to like come out of the trap. So yeah, I've I've dealt with mental health issues a couple of times, a lot of times, and it's actually very difficult for me because me, I'm a person of sober habits. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take drugs. So imagine if I'm dealing with life issues, I'm dealing with so much pressure, and I don't have anywhere or anyone to like talk to about. So imagine how difficult life can be. That's why you find that a lot of people tends to like fall into doing certain things, and it might end their lives because they don't have anyone to share it with that can actually take them seriously. And for it's
so
actually
how do you deal with that?
I pray, you know, I tell God, I pray.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. It doesn't mean that the moment I pray and it just goes away. It's not easy. And another thing is I work with Population Solutions for Health, PSH. So I'm one of their ambassadors. So I'm forced to like be strong and be able to like talk to people about mental health issues. Especially if you are someone who is going through it or who has gone through it and managed to like overcome it, you know. So I talk to a lot of people.
So how important is it for you to have an inner circle of people that you can actually call and be like, hey, I'm not okay? Because I know that, well, I am not on the limelight as you, but in my industry, I am well known. And also there are other things that I can and there are other things that I actually can do. And there are other people in my own industry or that are actually part of my friends that I can't really call and tell them about my problem because they think, you know, that, okay, Munya has got everything covered, but I don't have anything covered. But then there are some of those few people that I use as my support system, you know, that even at 12 midnight, I can pick a phone and call and they'll answer, say, Munya, are you okay? What's going on? What is happening? So how important is it for you to have those people in your life, especially as an artist?
It's very, very, very important, and I thank God that I've got a very, very small circle of people that actually understands me so much, including yourself. People didn't know you're a part of that circle, and I thank you for that. So, it's actually very important because the moment you like start thinking that maybe I don't have anyone, I don't have support, I'm in this alone. That's when a lot of bad ideas starts pouring in. You start making bad choices, bad decisions. Then you mess up your life. So having a certain circle of people that understands you, that you can actually vent to, is a very, very important thing.
Wow. And also being there doesn't mean that be there financially or you'll be there, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need somebody to listen to you, even
listen
though
to you.
They might not give you anything, you know.
Yeah,
just being there and call and say, hey, I am thinking, hey, I am thinking about you. Are you okay? That thing only.
It's
it
very,
really,
very
really
important.
helps. But then, but then it also comes back to another question as well. I know that if you are up there, everybody wants to be in your inner cycle. How do you screen people, and how do you see fake people from a distance and the real people as they are coming? Like, because like some other people, they just want to come to, they just want to be in your inner cycle for them to kind of like tap into your fame, and then they either get famous and then they then go, or come in your inner cycle for them to kind of like investigate or whatever, like for them to find some dirty things in you. You know, I remember we started talking, like just talking. I think if I'm to go back, it may go as far as around 2018, 2019. But we hadn't even met, and only met last year in person right here in Dallas. And then, but we used to actually talk back there. And so how do you screen people from a distance? How do you see people that are coming to you with an objective?
It doesn't happen in an instant, most of the time.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you tend to like find out about backstabbers after something has happened. Then you'll be like, this person is a backstabber. This person is bad for my
Yeah.
circle. I need to screen this person. I need to cut them off. But I pray that.
But can you read some energy at the beginning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not easy to like be able to tell if the person has got bad intentions. But yeah, God always gives us signs, but we tend to like ignore those signs. We're like, no, I'm a good person. This one is my person, is my homie, is my brother. But later on, you find out that God was giving you so many signs, but you ignored the signs.
You just ignored all those red flags. Like you have been seeing them, but you have been ignoring them each and every time. So there's one thing that I also learned from Oprah. When they show Oprah actually learned this from Maya Angelou. When they show you their true colors the first time, believe them that very same day. Believe them the first time, because that is their true colors. When they come and say, well, I didn't intend to do this. Well, believe them the first time and at the cutoff.
First time.
Or you can create a little bit of a distance. Well, as for me, I was used this so many times. And I normally give trust to so many people. But when I start seeing some other things, well, trust me, I start to cut you off slowly. You start dying slowly. And well, I can still call you and say, hi, how are you? But I'll never put you in my very, very close inner cycle. Well, I can still give you guidance. I can still guide you. I can still help you if I'm able, but I just know where you are. Oh wow! So your main mental health advice out there, it is
right. My main mental health advice is that, especially for men, because we go through a lot as men. We go through a lot, and some people they find it very embarrassing to open up. They find it very embarrassing to look for help. It's not embarrassing, to be honest. Just try by all means to seek professional help. If you've got someone who you can trust, who's very close to you, try by all means to like open up, talk to them, tell them what you're going through. It's very important. Important because us as men we tend to like say, I'm a man, I can't be seen oversharing or opening up because it makes me less of a man. No. Open up. It's very, very important. Look for professional help if you can.
So like why do they always say that? Well, I'm African. I can't be depressed. I can't have anxiety. I can't do whatever. And later on, I am a Black African man. So none of those things exist in my world. Well, there's nothing like that. And also, if you actually check and see, most suicide are happening in Black African men simply because we don't share. Like we don't share. You just choose to. Like and that is not good at all. My goodness, thanks for sharing that. So what's coming in Trevor Dongo? So what's coming? I know that you are having an amazing website that you're actually gonna be launching soon, and people get ready for that. It is coming.
Very excited.
It is coming.
So I'll be launching a website very soon, and it's something that is going to simplify everything. It's going to be a center of everything. It's going to make life very easy for my fans. The people that aren't my fans yet are going to become my fans the moment they open that website. It's going to be amazing, man. And also, I'm going to be releasing more music as usual. I'm going to be releasing more music. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be releasing an album, an EP, but just know that I'm going to be releasing new music very soon.
Spoiler alert, how soon is soon? We know that Jesus is coming soon. It's been like almost it's more like 2023 years. 2025 years. How soon is
the good
soon?
thing about me is that I always deliver, but I just don't want to spoil it. Just wait a little bit. Just be patient.
Okay. I tried, guys. I tried. At least I tried. My goodness. Mukoma, thank you so much for creating time. This was very a very informative and just inspiring episode right here, and I'm so grateful, to also be in your inner cycle, because we are there to just check up on each other every now and then, and just help each other however way we're actually able to, and that is what people are supposed to be doing. If you find out that this person might need help here, jump in and don't go around and literally scream it out. No, it's none of your business. It is your own business. So I'm so grateful to actually have you. And thank you for giving us this music. You have no idea what your music it is actually doing out there. And yeah, I cannot wait to hear more about this coming music. And yeah, I just cannot wait. Yeah. What do you want to tell your supporters out there?
I just want to let you know that Trevor Dongo is here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep on giving you music that is timeless. Me, I don't just make songs. I make music, Anyone can just make a song, but me, I make music. So, very timeless. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much. So thank you so much again for watching this amazing episode with Trevor Dongo today. And please do follow him on all social media platforms. You can actually check that on the show notes or the description below. You can follow him on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe to all of his channels. That is really gonna also help him to also grow. And please do stream the music. Do stream the music. You have no idea how is that gonna help these guys to also grow and naturally keep on creating music for you. If you see that he's coming in the city near you, please go and attend and also support. You have no idea how is that gonna change their world. So thank you so much for joining us today, and God bless. Remember, you are able to actually to download our BNC Mobi app. Do download it and actually get access to all other episodes that we are still giving you, like some of the past episodes. And remember, you don't just listen to this episode to grab the gossip, but you listen to this episode to grab the lessons that you can use in your own life, in your own business as you're actually growing. And remember to subscribe and also like and share and comment on all of our channels at Mr. M Dongo everywhere. And thank you so much for your being part of our supporters. I cannot wait to see you next week Thursday again, as I'll be dropping another amazing episode with either another guest or as myself giving you some amazing lessons for you to grow and become better. And remember, as the name of this show, you are being inspired to go and inspire other people. So it's now your duty to go and take the message that we have been having here and go and inspire somebody as well. So thank you so much and God bless. See you next week.
Mr. M Dongo.
Mr. Dongo.
Wonderful time working with Mr. G.
Mr. M Dongo, and he is a 10x person.
I love your energy.
You just go like boom, 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 boom. It's amazing.
I always love the way this man carries himself with dignity and respect.